Have you ever pondered on why you can't tickle yourself? But it's obvious and makes sense that we can't surprise ourselves, right? What if I told you that the reason for both of these situations is the same? The reason you can't tickle yourself isn't because you're doing it wrong or because your fingers are different from others. It's because you already know that it's going to happen, or to be more clear, your brain knows. It's because of a process called sensory prediction. Every time you decide to make a movement, the motor system in your body relays a signaling command to your muscles to execute the movement. Simultaneously, the brain also creates an internal prediction of what that movement will feel like. This is created by what neuroscientists call a forward model. The forward model uses an efference copy, a copy of the motor command, to predict the results of the action prior to the sensation's occurrence. This mechanism is extremely useful. Sensory signals are usually slow and noisy, so this prediction cycle helps the brain drain delays and maintain controlled movement. In a research study, participants experienced significantly weaker sensations when they touched themselves opposed to when another person touched them in the same manner. Brain imaging later showed reduced activity in the somatosensory regions, where sensation response is primarily documented and mapped. This is because when the real sensation matches the prediction, the brain attenuates it. In other words, reduces its effect and suppresses the sensory signal. Tickling primarily relies on surprise. Hence, when you tickle yourself, the surprise element isn't there for the brain to detect. Let's talk delays. Researchers introduced small delays between a person's movement and the consequential touch, to which the brain responded with less accurate predictions, and suddenly the touch began to feel more ticklish. However, the brain eventually caught up and relearned the delay and suppressed the sensation again. This breakthrough became important as it determined that sensory prediction is in fact not fixed. It continuously updates itself based on prediction errors, the difference between the brain's expectations versus the reality of what actually happens. Sensory prediction isn't just about tickling. It helps you in many ways, such as distinguishing between self-inflicted and external sensations, feeling control over your own body, and filtering out unnecessary sensory noise. Extraordinary research findings highlight how predictive processing operates automatically even when a person's consciousness is compromised, proving how essential this basic process is to the brain functionality. So the reason you can't tickle yourself isn't because you can't feel the tickle, it's evidence of your brain's remarkable work behind the scenes. Your brain consistently predicts the world around you, inherently correcting its own mistakes, and uses those inferences to give you the sense of control over your body. So reality isn't something you walk through and experience just like that. You subconsciously predict it as you go, and tickling is just one explanation to prove it.